Hi, lifers. Well, we're getting close to the holiday, aren't we? I may not be doing another one of these. I wish I had a Christmas deck because then it would seem totally appropriate. But for today, I have the Crystal Mandala Oracle, another Alana Fairchild, and this is one I hardly ever use, so I'm curious to see why. Maybe I just forgot it. But the first card is Sensitivity. And this is sponsored, I guess you could say, by Ascended Master Lady Nada and the crystal rhodochrosite. We bring you the blessing of sensitivity. Being sensitive in this world can be tough sometimes, yet your sensitivity is essential if you are to consciously feel and work with subtle energy. Receiving and sending telepathic transmissions, feeling and releasing energetic cords, tingling with exquisite blessings of divine love, sensing the whispers of divine grace, and seeing the luminous sparkling particles of life force dancing wildly, and the beauty of shimmering auric fields in dazzling and colorful display. To be given the gift of sensitivity to perceive the energetic worlds is like being invited to the most special and extraordinary exhibit of sacred art. You may have struggled with your sensitivity, found it difficult to bear during times of emotional suffering, yet you have a great gift, and it will bring you so much joy. If you are learning to develop your sensitivity, we will help you so you too can feel uplifted as you witness the energetic beauty of creation. The world of energy is very real. Its effect on all people, even those that cannot consciously perceive it, is also very real. As you consciously perceive subtle energy, you more skillfully manage how you are affected by the energy of the world around you, the energy of spirit, and how you use and project your energy in the world. There are those, such as you, who understand this and want to see, know, and perceive these energetic realities. The universe loves you and knows you do not want to be afraid to see the diverse and fascinating world of energy. To increase your ability to do this, you will need to grow your sensitivity. With sensitivity, it is possible to sense, feel, and perceive subtle energies as if they were just as real, if not even more so, than the denser physical forms of your world, like the table and chairs in your home, for example. The desire to do this, to open up to perceive these worlds, comes from an impulse within your spirit to know reality, to understand the truth of existence beyond the physical form. This is not something that has to be frightening. Perceiving and understanding the world of energy can be very interesting, empowering, and exciting. Whatever the reason for your increased interest in the subtle worlds of energy, this oracle brings you a message. Even if you don't really feel an urge to know the worlds of energy at a conscious level, your spirit does. And so the message of this oracle is brought to you too. There is a loving energy reaching for you now. If your sensitivity is already well developed, you will be able to feel it as a sense of love in your heart. If not, know that this higher energy loves you and is sending you a message. It wishes to confirm that it has been seeking to connect with you for some time. You might consider this energy to be part of your spiritual team of guides, or simply a loving consciousness that wishes to flow through your channels, to empower your healing abilities, or bless you in some other way with healing and love. If you have been sensing that something is not quite right, that there is an energy of fear or darkness around you or another, and are worried that your imagination is working overtime, do not despair. Yes, you are sensitive to light, but also to the presence of darkness. There is no need to fear. How you choose to respond to it is what actually matters most. Recognizing when you sense something that doesn't feel like unconditional love and choosing to use the following affirmation or any healing process in this entire oracle deck will protect, empower, and ground you in the loving embrace of the light. I hesitated because I wasn't going to read the healing process, and so I'm not going to because these are damn long cards. So now I know why I didn't usually pull from this deck. Sorry. There is no need for fear, but there is a need for a response. A firm but loving "no thank you, I choose love today, move on please," is more than enough to keep you safely held in love. Okay, well that's good. Let's repeat that one then. If you feel an energy that's making you uncomfortable and you know this is not unconditional love, no thank you, I choose love today, move on please. In this way, you can see that your sensitivity does not make you vulnerable, but rather more aware. And if you respond to what you sense without second-guessing yourself, much more powerful too. And I do have that personal experience with spirits. They often just want to be acknowledged, not just the ones of the darkness. They just want to be acknowledged that you sense them, whether you know who they are or not. Just say, hey. Okay, the other card is Original Self. And this is sponsored by Ascended Master White Matthew and the stone Danburite. We bring you the blessing of Original Self. As you progress through your life, learning and growing, you gain wisdom and strength. You grow more radiant and authentic, true to who you are. And as this happens, many of the layers of identity begin to fall away. What you once believed yourself to be is shown to be not much more than clothing your soul wore for a while. You have outgrown it. It is no longer a good fit. It constrains too much, doesn't reflect your personality, vibrancy, uniqueness, and beauty. So discard it. Perhaps you are able to be more spiritually naked. The sense of who you are becomes simpler. You are just you. Others may or may not get you, but nonetheless, you are still just you. You are freeing yourself from the projections of others, of the world, and simply living as your original, radiant, divine self. The blessing of the Original Self empowers you to free yourself from the expectations, judgments, control, and manipulations of others. It helps you reclaim any power you have ever given to another to determine how you should feel about yourself and who you are supposed to be. You have tried to fit into roles and identities in the past based on how you thought you should behave rather than how you authentically felt. At times you have tried to bend and mold yourself to meet external expectations, and this felt constraining to your soul. You might have done it for what you felt were good reasons, but you have grown to the point where you understand there is never a reason that makes distorting who you are worthwhile. Now you are ready to break free of constraints, expectations, and projections, and dare to be yourself, unapologetically, truthfully, lovingly, and proudly. As you take that step, you are honoring yourself and you are honoring the source, the great creative intelligence that designed you to be as you are in truth. Shaking off projections from others takes sacred anger and compassion, courage, and a will to love ourselves. One way to be empowered to do this is to remind yourself that projections are not about you. They are about the wounded fantasies of the people making the projection. These wounded fantasies prevent real connection and real love from taking place. They are an invisible wall of expectation that keeps love at bay. People will often give opinions very decidedly about others they have never personally met and know nothing about. Then there are the projections from those we are in personal relationship with, which can become so powerful that, over time, we begin to believe in what others want us to be, rather than what we know ourselves to be deep within. If you have people in your life whom you love, but who try to change you, manipulate you, or have you become angry when you don't meet their expectations of who they believe you should be, you must take care of yourself. You have been created by divine design for perfect purpose. For you to be able to live your life purpose, you have to be who you are. All right, guys, I apologize. I am sitting here and am getting so sleepy that I just kind of dropped off there. Let me see where I left off. You know, I apologize, it sounds so lame, but this is just what happens to me, and I haven't slept very much. So, it's stupid, but it is what it is. You have been created by divine design for perfect purpose. For you to be able to live your life purpose, you have to be who you are. If you are an open sort of personality, as many on the spiritual path are striving to be, you must be sure you are strong enough within, so the openness you have to others doesn't result in you becoming confused about who you are and what you are here for. Don't feel guilty about saying no to the projections of others about you. You don't need to convince anyone of anything, nor have you anything to prove. You can say no firmly, but with loving kindness in your heart, as you feel safe and secure in claiming your true self, your true values, and your wants and needs. Others may choose to live in their fear-based need to control and manipulate. That is their choice, and you must respect their right to choose. But that does not mean that you have to agree with them. You are allowed to choose to have people in your life who see you and love you for who you are. No one else can choose you if you do not choose yourself. If you are yet to find clarity in those matters of who you are and why you are here, then this oracle brings you a blessing. This is the blessing of confirmation that your original self, your innate divine essence, is intact, untainted, and will be revealed to you in full beauty. To help and discover your true self, why not go back to the original you through the years? What has always had meaning for you? What did you love to do as a child? What do you dream of now? If you could fantasize your perfect life into reality, what would it be like? Get to know you, and you'll find that the original you shines through. Like the sun, being seen more clearly as the clouds clear. With this blessing, it is only a matter of time before the innate, real, authentic, and original you that you have always been deep within is revealed. Again, I am so sorry about that. It happens. I used to beat myself up about it, but I just don't have any control. So, might as well accept it. Anyway, guys, if I don't do another one of these, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Take care.